We'll be breaking down the session and telling you what it means right here in the studio this afternoon. Again, our studio guests this afternoon are Mikhail Geraci, head of the China Economic Policy Program at Nottingham University Business School, and Mr. Zhao Zhongxiu, vice president of the University of International Business and Economics. Now, the CPPCC members, or the advisors, are supposed to carry people's voices in their proposals. And because they come from all walks of life, they're supposed to know what people think, what people need, and some of people's biggest concerns here. Now, let me start with you, Mr. Zhao. What do you think are some of the biggest concerns for the Chinese people this year?
Well, for this year, I think, first is the economic development and the growth. And since now we face the slowdown of the economy, so what we try to find the new engine for the development. And we know the way, that's the innovation and whatever. So the main is how we can achieve this and gradually. And so I suppose this the most people would like to do this. And the second will be well, the welfare. Since now we're coming to a new age, that's the aging people. That's the welfare to cover all the people, and so promote well the society for the development. And actually, this is the 5 years. Less than 5 years now to achieve this the moderate. Community. So that's, I think, and also I suppose the people will also care about the anti-corruption as the new regulations and the rules that based on the rules. So that's been much more transparent and much clearer. That's for the further development.
Absolutely. We'll get to the point of anti-corruption in just a minute. But what about you, Mr. Geraci? What do you think?
Well, we economists. Economics is a social science, so we try to understand how certain rules can apply to people's decision, and it's very difficult to predict. And we are foreigners, and we always been told that Chinese are very different from foreigners, and the needs and desires of Chinese people are very different from us in the West. Maybe the means to achieve the goals are the same, but I think everyone in the world, no matter if it's Chinese or not, shares the same goals, and it's wake up in the morning, go to have, do a good job, a job that he or she enjoys, that is rewarding, makes a good living, and can send his children to school, and then have nice food, which is not hopefully polluted by excessive growth, economic growth that maybe makes the green economy, at least has been in the past, at the back of the mind of policymakers, and then go back to sleep in a nice and safe home. Let's look at what's happening in the United States. People are voting these days for some potential candidates that promise to look after their own courtyard. Mm-hmm. So whatever happens in the street and next block. People may care a little bit about the grand policy, international policy, but at the end of the day, they mostly care about what's happening within the small world around them. Safety, absolutely. Good food, good relationship, police that takes care of them. And I think that's what people everywhere in the world want, not just in the US, but also in China.
And under every grand policy, under every phenomenon that we're talking about, it's real people and their lives that are on the stake here.
Yes, and people are not happy to sacrifice their own lives for grand goals of the countries. We in Europe have done this, last time we did it 70 years ago during the war. No one now would go to war in Europe to protect the country. The concept of nation in Europe now is even collapsing, and it's more back to the individual that takes priority over the, let's say, the goal of the society as a whole.